No worries.
Well, welcome Cougars fans to this second home match and second overall match for your men's BYU soccer team. We're out here in Southfield in Provo, Utah. Another nice, clear, beautiful summer turning into fall evening here. The boys are going to be taking on Weber State tonight in what we hope to be a second consecutive win as we are kicking off shortly as the players and lineups are being announced. We'll go ahead and read those lineups to you. Starting for the home team, we'll have Tag Wilson starting in goal and an unchanged outfield. Nathan Mumford at right back, Griff Garcia and Adam Canfield as the center back duo with Asher Franks at left back. In the middle of the park, we have Ben Fankhauser as the linchpin in front of the defense with Ben Gonzalez and Caleb Meyer slightly in front of him. You'll see them interchanging lots as play continues. And up top, we have Eli Holmstead on the right, Christian Bain up top as a false nine, and Michael Anderson on the left. What we saw a lot last week, Andrew, was a lot of interchanging play between Bain, between Anderson, and with Holmstead. I think Anderson had 3 assists on the night. Bain had a goal, and Eli had a brace. So we're going to be looking to see what they're going to be doing on the attack.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very exciting this evening. I mean, especially that top 3, Eli, Bain, and Anderson. All 3 of them are just incredible threats, and I'm sure they'll get after it early and hopefully put one home pretty quickly.
Definitely. The way that Weber State's going to line up is in goal they have Al-Hajiri, pardon me for any mispronunciations, as well as going in the back, looks like Matt Fair, Lehigh Jensen, Jonas Knitig, Bryson Porter, Isaiah Pratt, Taggart Ralphs, Marshall Scroggin, Brian Velasco, Gabe Woods, and Braden Young. The last game that we saw here in our home opener was a very convincing 5-0 rout of University of Utah Utes, and we're going to be looking to build off of that. What we did see some perennial themes as we were shaking off the rust and the dust was being able to find ways to link up and combine with each other, being able to eliminate any mistakes, and then being able to capitalize on the mistakes of the back line. We see the boys lined up as the players are going to be exchanging those pre-match pleasantries as we are going to kick off here at about 7:05. It's a beautiful evening, as like I said, 84 degrees, dry, sunny, not a cloud in the sky, and hopefully the only clouds that are going to be hanging over today are over the Weber State defense with a hopefully resounding win tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a really exciting one here tonight for the Cougars. A little bit less of a crowd this evening. Hopefully we can improve that, and as the night goes on, get a little bit more fans out there. But it's going to be a good night. We see captains being called out there right now to do our little coin toss, see where we're going, who's getting the ball. As you can see, Big Mike Anderson and Griff Garcia looking as spectacular as ever. In the greatest form I've ever seen them in their lives. So let's see if they can, get this. Get this.
3 captains on Weber State. That's something that you don't often see. I remember when I was involved in coin tosses, especially at the youth level, I always just went heads. Everyone's like, no, tails never fails. I lost 1 coin toss, and it was the one time I went tails.
You see, me, I'm personally not a coin toss guy. I'm not really great with that. But rock, paper, scissors, I kid you not, when I was playing on the team, I was the guy you wanted to do rock, paper, scissors. We're going head-to-head. Whoever gets the ball, I win every single time. That is not a joke. You can ask my friend Tanner Whitworth right next to me. That is as accurate as a statement as you could make.
So some big things and takeaways as we were talking with Coach Brandon Gillum, being able to find a lot more continuity between the first and second units. That's something that we saw, between the first half and the second half of that last game against Utah, is that we were very convincing, built a sizable lead. As the second unit with less experience, less face time and game time with each other came on, there definitely were lapses. So we have an unchanged starting 11 tonight, and we're going to look forward to what we're going to be able to produce here as the Cougars take the east side of the pitch. and Weber State is going to be taking the west side of the pitch for the proceedings. So 45 minutes about to kick off as we get a great look at that beautiful Southfield pitch here with the official Nike ball. I have to say the balls are so much different from when we were playing, even just a few years ago, let alone when we were kids.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even back when we were PDL, they're completely different.
Yeah.
So.
And now they're like $160, $165, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
Back in my day.
Yeah, I don't want to lose one of those puppies. Or kicking on top of the IPF.
I mean, the curved roof can help. I think I would give somebody a medal. As you can see in the background, ladies and gentlemen, the indoor practice facility, or the IPF. Very large ceiling, but as we're getting kicked off here, Cougars have the kickoff, and we're going to be witnessing first 45 minutes here momentarily. Christian Bain lays it off and immediately goes into midfield with Meyer to Gonzalez. Out to Mumford. And we see some high press coming up here from Weber State. They're familiar opponents. They know that we love to have the ball, and it looks like they're going to want to at least step up the pressure in the first few minutes of these proceedings to make us less comfortable as we lose the ball in possession. Number 20 has the ball stripped of him by Eli Homestead, who commits a foul.
Yeah, maybe a little bit light on the foul, but there was definitely ball contact, but referee, he assumes different.
Yeah. And for those watching at home, please do not expect a biasless analysis. I'm not calling that.
Yeah.
I'm not calling that.
But, you know, teach
Bless
their
his
own.
heart. Let's get going. As Weber State lofts it into the box, easily cleared out. And Meyer with a no-nonsense clearance into the Weber State half. Looking to play it in the middle through their captain. Quick little combination here in the middle. And easy giveaway to Anderson, who plays it into Bain. And the Weber State player on that sliding challenge is called for a foul. So our first opportunity for a direct shot and attempt on goal. Let's see this here.
Ooh, that's close.
I have to be honest, I wouldn't call that either. I think it's an eye for an eye with some very light calls, I'll go that far to say. But it's on us to capitalize.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a very tight game called, but we'll see. We'll see how it comes about.
Yeah, what's interesting here in this lineup is Bain, the right foot, can definitely attempt it, but Anderson, obviously, with that left in swinger, can have that struck away from the goalkeeper. So let's see what they attempt here. 4 on the wall for Weber State. Goalkeeper on his toes, ready to try and prevent something. Anderson looks like he's gonna. Nope, goes to Bain, who hits it directly in the wall. Shipson, I think Anderson is offside here, yeah.
Yeah, I think the whole team was offside there.
Something that I definitely want to see, a direct shot in that sense. I know Bain is a very tricky player who loves to have different tactics and things up his sleeves. Definitely did not pan out that time. As a defender, Weber State clears it out. Mumford puts his foot on the end of it. Some miscommunication between Meyer and Bain. As number 18 looks to play it in through, cut out by Griff Garcia, one of our 2 captains tonight, the other one being Anderson, as we discussed. Fankhauser into Homestead. Homestead weighing up his options down this left flank, plays it in back to Fankhauser, who's able to still maintain possession. That is a Fankhauser gene. The ball seems to be stuck to their foot no matter what you do. Garcia goes for that switch out here to Mumford. Pressured, able to get it past. The referee plays advantage intelligently with Meyer battling here on this touchline. Loses out as Weber State takes control of the ball. Definitely something I've noticed, Andrew, as looking at 2 years ago against Weber State, I was here, Bain cuts out the pass, is that Weber State is looking to be a lot more direct in their defensive approach, putting that high pressure and not letting us settle on the ball as much as we have been typically accustomed to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'll just point out that BYU so far has been really good on noticing moments to go forward, but also noticing moments
like right
when
here,
to step on it. Yeah, and it's been something last game that it was something that should have been addressed, and it looked like Coach Brandon Gillum was able to do that this past week in practice.
Gillum, not Gilliam?
No, not Gilliam.
Okay, Gilliam.
No.
We've all fallen victim to that. Or Gilliam or Gilliam, as former goalkeeper Brendan Ottman coined in 2017. That was a very funny meeting. B could not keep a straight face no matter how hard he tried. But no, that's definitely a great point that you make, Andrew, is that we look to be a lot more deliberate and decisive in the types of passes that we're pursuing at this point. Anderson weighing up his options, resets with Griff Garcia. Lots of space here as he plays it out to Canfield. Weighing up his options. You see short and long options here. Opts for this pass out right to Mumford, who's able to weigh up some options in the middle. Sloppy pass, cut out.
And that's one of those times where you got to realize, I don't really have too much to work with, and then you just, step on it, go back the other way, find Adam Canfield, and we're out.
It was good, though, what Mumford did here, at least winning the ball back, winning a foul.
Yeah.
Never any issue with that. Redeem yourself, make up for that mistake. Ball cheaply lost here by Meyer as number 7 on Weber State weighs up his options. Some potential miscommunication. Good pressure here from the Cougars, not letting 22 out on that lapse. Bain with a quick little flick. Anderson back to Bain. Bain switches it out here to Franks. To Homestead. Options in the middle, as we can see. Out to Gonzalez, plays it wide. Swinging it left and right here. Cross in the box, great pass. Ooh. Oh, and it just goes over the crossbar. Looks like Homestead was offside, regardless of what happened. But I do like that approach of playing short, weighing up our options, and then going for more. This direct pass into the box.
Yeah, it's a good ball, good idea.
That's a great pass. And apologies there with the Leopard. Homestead looking to pounce on his prey. That is that beautiful Nike football in the box. Canfield wins the header here as it's back in our half. And Finkhauser is able to get a foot on the ball, rolls out for a Weber State throw-in. Homestead puts his foot in, able to divert it, but not in our favor as Canfield cuts it out easily.
And Canfield wearing that white tape. Looks so good on him. I don't think anyone pulls it off better than him, with the exception of me maybe, but nonetheless looking good.
The most humble guy I know, Andrew. Mumford weighing up his options as that we see here. Anderson on the ball, looking to build on the 3 assists that he got from the last game against Utah. Gonzalez venturing up into this right side of the pitch in the attacking third. Let's see what Mumford's able to do. Back out to Gonzalez, who has options. Opts to reset it. You can definitely sense there is this air of patience as Bain has the ball.
Goal.
Shoots, goal.
There it is.
What a finish here in the 8th minute, and a goal from our number 10, Christian Bain. Not relying on waiting for a penalty, hitting that with his instep right on the edge of the box. Phenomenal play there. As we see here on this replay, just inside the 18, as he slots that in the back of the all onion bag, makes it look simple. Great finish by Bain, and I have to say, great overall possession from the Cougars. Very deliberate, knew when to attack, knew how to open up the space and to expand and penetrate.
Yeah, exactly. Moving the ball really well. Honestly, that whole play starts with Ben Gonzalez in the corner just stepping on it and just knocking the ball around. And we're able to, capitalize on it. And even bigger capitalization whenever, there was no pressure on Bain.
Exactly.
He had 5 minutes.
But to your, it kind of reminds me of that Thomas Müller goal against Barcelona earlier, and that win in the Champions League for Bayern. No pressure on him in the middle, and he shoots and he's able to score. But you make a great point, Andrew. Gonzalez definitely left that 6 or 8 position in the center of the park, found himself venturing out, and it forces defenders to have to readjust. Then they have to communicate, reorganize, and during that, it seems like they weren't able to readjust and we were able to open them up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
And it definitely looks like we're 9 minutes in, definitely much smoother than what we saw in the first 9 minutes. As Anderson vies for the ball here with the Weber State captain, sees that pressure, plays it back to the goalkeeper. Plays it to his center back. Weighs up his options. Definitely has a lot of options out here on the wings that he that Weber State's not executing at this point, or at least attempting. As a split pass is not dealt with effectively, but the ball is given away by Franks as 20 finds on Weber State, finds a significant space down the middle of the park as Mumford cuts out a tame pass from the Weber State attacker. Another cheap giveaway. That's something that we definitely want to cut out here.
And I'll say, even though, Nate Mumford, he's making every once in a while he'll make a, one decision that, probably could have been a little bit better. I'm really excited for this kid. He's a young new member to the team, and he's a big asset. He's really smart, cutting out balls, reading plays. He's able to really open up the field whenever his vision allows it. And so I think, just going into the future, he's going to be real special for this program.
Definitely. He's a sophomore neuroscience major, and that's definitely an asset you see, is that he does look to play intelligently. Something I always look for personally is how well a wide player leverages the width that they have available, and he does an excellent job. As Homestead muscles 14 off the ball, trying to come in here on the break. Not many options for him as he is fouled. As Homestead nods in approval for that decision. The quick play was attempted here, but was called back by the referee. Looks like he wants to have a talk with that Weber State defender. And as Christian Bain is going to be lining up. We're going to see as Fankhauser and Bain are both over the ball. Looks like Fankhauser takes the shot low and into the wall, plays it out to Homestead. First cross in, first touch, and the ball somehow, despite being mishandled by the goalkeeper, does not end up in the back of the net as a Cougars player is down. Hopefully he's okay. Trying to see who exactly that is. It looks like it's Caleb Meyer. Hopefully he's okay. And hopefully Meyer's able to be okay here after connecting with the goalkeeper. It's never fun if you get the wind knocked out of you. And it looks like
probably just got hit in the gut there.
Yeah. Catches breath, able to start jogging it off. No, and definitely that proceeding definitely should have been a second goal for BYU, so hopefully we can build on to this early 1-0 lead. As Weber State's looking to play to the back here and muster some type of attack. They've combined decently well, but Weber State has not been able to be as sharp as they could have in utilizing the space like we see down here, down their left, our Cougar right. As he plays in number 8 here, lots of space to operate. Canfield comes across, wins the ball. And number 8 wins the ball off of him before he's shouldered off the ball seamlessly by Mumford. Plays it into Fankhauser to Canfield. To Meyer. Great sequence that we're seeing here. Bain slows it down, resets. Looks for that pass into Homestead. Just not enough mustard on that hot dog. But we definitely look very composed, building out of that bout of pressure.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And going off that mustard comment, are you a honey Dijon or spicy brown regular?
I'm a old school German, multi-grain mustard kind of guy.
Really?
Oh yeah. But sometimes, like the other day, I actually was making a sandwich. Speaking of mustard, and I wish I had a Dijon.
Yeah.
Yellow mustard, it's kind of it does its job at Subway. Dijon spices it up a little bit. What about you?
I'm a spicy brown.
Yeah.
I gotta have that. It goes with everything, honestly.
It's interesting with the calls tonight with the referee. This is coming from 2 more defensive players here in the commentary booth, but definitely seems to, we have some hard challenges, but the players are definitely coming through, winning the ball, not winning much of the man, winning the ball primarily before making contact with the defender. So it's interesting seeing this perspective from the referee. as Meyer takes the ball, tries to combine with Bain, isn't able to. Mumford comes sliding in, misses that challenge as Weber State has space down this left side. Lofts it into the box before it's dealt with by Franks. So now we hear to our right is Coach Gillum demanding cleaner play. We had that building up to the first goal, something that we're going to want to maintain as Tag Wilson has his first touches of the game, demanding better of the outfielders in front of him. Distributes it out here to Mumford, playing it into Anderson. Sees Bain out here combining, plays it back to Mumford. It's something that we see a lot of space down here for Fankhauser in the middle of the park, something that I think we'll want to now look to penetrate.
Yeah, we see good patience. That's a good ball.
Great pass here into Homestead. Ooh. Great save.
Big Mike.
Oh,
Ooh.
And he just puts it over the crossbar. Phenomenal pass in there for Homestead. Great save by the goalkeeper. It was I feel like a decent attempt by Homestead. Great save by the goalkeeper.
Yeah, you got to give that to him.
Goes out for a goal kick. And moments like that are so heart-wrenching, just when you think you can put this in and you just get under the ball just a little bit too much.
Yeah, like I always tell my campers, you'll never score if you don't get your knee over the ball. That's a lesson Big Mike knows.
What kind of campers? Soccer camp?
Yeah, the BYU camps. Shout out to that. If your son, child, daughter has not come to the BYU soccer camp, highly recommend it. It's a really great time for them to go and hang out, meet other kids, and have a good time, play some soccer while they're at it. And
the facilities here are just second to none. The best in the state in terms of soccer. Beautiful pitch, great practice facilities. It's definitely a highlight for so many during the summers. As number 23 in this throwback mullet plays it to number 7 on Weber State. Trying to weigh up his options, hits it into the side netting. Definitely the most ideal scenario for Tag Wilson with that recognizable headgear. As we see this replay here, hits into the side netting. A quick goal kick was taken from Gonzalez into Garcia in a different sequence as the ball's played back into Garcia. So Das, we've passed, for the first quarter of an hour. What are your thoughts on our Cougar performance up to this point?
Yeah, I think overall we're doing really well. We're moving the ball, mostly east and west, which is, obviously the goal as we go in. And that's out for a corner kick, looks like.
Off the flagpole.
Yeah. But yeah, we're moving the ball really well. I think there are a little bit timid moments once we get, into like the final third of the field, which, that's all right. It's okay. Something that we can clean up a little bit more. But overall, I think Coach Gillum's going to be really happy with the performance so far.
It definitely looks a lot sharper compared to the first game as the corner swung in here. One thing on our set pieces, we definitely, and you see this pace here from this Weber State player. Wow. Turning on the afterburners, some nitrous oxide from Fast and Furious. Number 20 on the ball. Tries to slot in his compatriot. It's cut out on the left side of the pitch. But to your point, I definitely agree with you. I think on our set pieces, we have to be a little bit more decisive, get the ball in a really dangerous position.
And I think that's a foul I would call.
I would call that, yeah.
Yeah.
As we see a triple substitution lining up for Weber State. It looks like we'll have that on the next stoppage. At this point on the Cougar bench, not much movement. Very early in the game, but I think the Weber State coach is definitely. Oh, and that pass is just cut out. I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Not think so. I definitely agree with my compatriot in the booth here. Garcia is able to put a foot on the ball as Bain wins it in another soft call from the official in the middle of the park. And look at this mullet here. That's something I've been noticing a lot more. Is the 80s and 90s are starting to come back. The mullets have returned to Utah.
Yeah, I almost thought that this guy transferred from Coastal Carolina. I don't know if you're familiar with that football team, but mullets and mustaches. And I saw he didn't have a mustache, and I was like, "There's no way. There's no way he's from there."
Maybe that was the price he had to pay.
Maybe.
as that triple substitution is made with number 10, number 9 entering the pitch on Weber State, as well as another. As the ball is lofted in towards the box with only one player, number 13, the third sub. He is definitely a tall lad up top. Meyer on the ball here. Plays it into Franks, looking for that outlet over the top through Homestead or Anderson. Unfortunately, he's unable to accurately place that pass.
Good win. Asher Franks playing really solid this evening so far. Had a couple hiccups, but overall doing really well.
I'm definitely pleased with what we've seen so far from these new left and right defensive players in this starting 11, as Wilson looking for Bain. Our molded friend directs the ball out of play as the throw-in is taken towards Fankhauser, and another classic Fankhauser moment where you think he's just about to lose the ball and is able to direct it to a teammate.
Yeah, and for those
great long throw here into Anderson. Shouldered off the ball, oversteps it, still gets the shot. Oh, and it just sails over. He's disappointed, rightfully so. That's something that you saw swerving and moving, and it just sailed over the crossbar on this one.
He's going number 90.
Yeah. Let's see here. You know, he's able to regain his footing, and just a few inches. I think he's definitely due for one. Canfield towers over number 13 in order to get the header and the ball out of our defensive half as the ball's misplaced into Anderson, who looks to play in Bain. Just not able to get on the end of it as the defender has to settle for a deep throw in the Weber State half.
That was good hustle, smart decision. Get the ball out for a throw-in.
Let's see what Bain's able to do here as he plays it into Mumford, who finds Gonzalez in the middle, weighs up his options, intelligently resets it into Canfield, out to Franks. Franks is playing it out here to Garcia. And then BYU is definitely going to have to be more patient as all 11 players are behind the ball here. Some appeals for handball on Franks, waved off by the referee as Gonzalez is on the ball. I think we need a little bit more movement up top to create that space and confusion as we saw for the first goal among those defenders.
Yeah, and this goes back to the point of, 2-3 touches, and that causes everybody to move. So every time you get in the ball, get it off your foot, and let's move.
That's the biggest thing, especially for younger viewers and those newer to the game itself, and even those who are veterans. The best thing that you can do is have a fast tempo. Receive the ball, look to release it. Receive the ball, look to release it. The purpose of passing, as we know, find that space and then exploit it, as we did on that first goal. Fankhauser, whose name we've been saying a lot, as well as Gonzalez. Quick combination into Meyer. Plays it back to Garcia. Plays that long pass out very accurately to Franks into Homestead. Takes the shot out. But that's a perfect example of Garcia hitting that long pass, skipping that first option, and then we're able to catch them from west to east or whatever way we're going. I don't have a compass on me. But to your point earlier, Doss, that's exactly what we need to keep doing.
Yeah, and it goes back to, and I've been seeing this a lot this game, a lot of, hitting the sequence of, let's see what we got here.
Good ball in here. Much better ball in here on the short corner from Bain. Let's see what Garcia is able to do. Takes the shot, deflected out for a corner.
Let's see what we can do here.
As our vigorous student supporters with their flags in this quadrant behind the goal are on their feet. They're ready for another goal.
Yeah.
Short corner is played. Bain takes it on the touchline. 50-50 challenge, shoulder to shoulder. Nothing there. Nothing wrong doing. Goes out for another Cougar corner. Something that our BYU men's soccer squad has never historically had is a very large size vertically. So you definitely see a lot more short options taken as Fankhauser is picked out at the top, unable to get that on frame.
Yeah, and Grant, going back to my point earlier, we're hitting every guy, on the way across the field. And Griff Garcia did had an excellent example of that, where he just skipped 2 guys, went straight for the wing, and we had to, brought us 2 corners out of it. So that's something that the Cougars should be looking at.
No, definitely. And we're seeing a large share of possession so far in the first half for BYU. This last game, we had just over 2/3 possession against the University of Utah, 84% pass rate. So we'll want to see what those stats are stacking up to be in comparison. I feel like our passing percentage is definitely much higher already than what we had in that first match. Garcia plays with composure, bypasses defender as Mumford plays in. Fankhauser here has 2 options. Anderson and the second option being Meyer. Plays it back to Mumford, leaves the defender in his tracks. Fankhauser takes the shot, skies it over.
Little disappointing there.
Yeah, had good options in the box. I think he definitely wants to test the goalkeeper. Hasn't been able to so far. As the goal kick is taken, number 8 gets it past Bain and Gonzalez.
Oh, he got the all ball there.
It's frustrating from our perspective, ladies and gentlemen, when you see calls and we want to give the referee the benefit of the doubt. Again, different perspective. Referees have different styles. Some of them like to let the game run its course and play out. Others want to keep things very tidy. I think he's definitely on the container store of tidiness side of things.
It's a good store. My wife talks about it a lot.
When you become an adult, when you're a kid, you're like, what am I doing here? When you're an adult, you're like, oh my goodness, there's so much.
I could use this.
Yeah, and then it's rung up, and it's just like, okay, let me go into 4 years of debt for this cabinet set, but it looks great, right? The pencils that I can no longer afford to put in this organizer set are definitely going to look great in there, but don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, I have my set here. As possession we see is quickly interchanged. Franks has definitely had much more possession of the ball in this first half alone compared to, it seems, the first game against Utah. We're definitely utilizing our right and left defenders well as Mumford blazes down this right side, cuts back in, weighs up his options. Here's Anderson now on the ball. Looking to bypass this defender, has Gonzalez and others to reset. Oh, almost finds Meyer. Potential counterattack situation here for Weber State. We're definitely going to have to take care of this on the defensive transition. BYU is able to get back, it looks effectively, as this ball looks to be overhit and Garcia is able to take care of it easily. Tag Wilson has another touch on the ball. Plays it into Gonzalez, who has acres. We see BYU has acres of space in the middle of the pitch here. We are definitely spreading this Weber State defense out. And you have to wonder how many times you're running after the ball without possession do you tire out.
Yeah, and that's a huge improvement from the Utah game. A lot of times we're just going forward. Now we're seeing the Cougs a little bit more relaxed on the ball.
As Holmstead looking to receive this pass in here from Meyer. Opts to play it to Bain. Sizes up his options, cuts in on his right. Plays it into Anderson. Lays it off to Meyer, who tries to find Holmstead. That final pass is, however, lacking. Weber State looks to play out of it, and Fankhauser intelligently gets his head in the way, so it goes out for a throw-in. As we see number 19 on Weber State coming in, a substitution. So it looks like we've already seen 4 substitutions from Weber State. Coach Gillum is definitely content with this first unit, letting them play out as the second unit looks on. Of course, players having to be ready to go on a whim's notice.
Yeah, and our mullet friend looks a little tired, gasping for air there. So
yeah, putting his hands on his knees.
Yeah, hopefully he can recuperate from that.
Ball back into 23. Mumford wins the ball off of him. As Gonzalez steps over his opponent, plays it into Bain. Sees Franks out on this side, opts to go to Anderson on the right, cuts in on his left foot into Gonzalez. And the ball goes out for a corner kick here in the 29th minute of play.
And I think we're on corner kick, number 5 already of the day?
It must be, yeah.
Yeah,
I think one of them, we had a great opportunity. Others have been a little lacking at this point.
Yeah. Just shows how close we are getting to goal, especially compared to last game where we only had 4 for the entire game against Utah.
Yeah, that was a stat that we were underdeveloped in, as the header glancing from Gonzalez is unfortunately not redirected in the goal. He did win that header. I think just the timing on the jump was a little bit off.
Yeah.
And something interesting here that you see occasionally is this defender in the back is opting to take the goal kicks for his goalkeeper, as we have, I think, the 6th substitution now for Weber State. They're definitely rotating as we see Jackson Henley.
Walk right by my hand.
Jackson Henley, Braden Bailey, and Ty's Call are going to be entering the field. You heard my colleague Andrew talking to these substitutions. We love to reach out and offer them an encouraging high five or knucks as they're about to enter the pitch. But we have a triple substitution coming up here. So it looks like Henley's going to be replacing Asher Franks, and we'll also see who Ty's and Bailey, Ty's Call and Braden Bailey are going to be replacing. So we see Fankhauser, Franks, and Ethan Meyer all leaving the pitch here in the 31st minute of play. Definitely put in solid shifts, combined very, very well overall. I'd like to see, I think I would like to see Meyer, when he does step back onto the pitch, get a little bit more involved. He definitely plays really well, just being able to get onto the ball and find some of those final passes with more accuracy. This ball goes into Gonzalez as Bailey plays it out here. We see Tag Wilson on the ball, swings it out to Griff Garcia. Playing in that split pass to Gonzalez, miscontrols it, but we're able to salvage a throw in our favor. Henley takes a throw.
You know, I think a really underrated part of this BYU team is the ability to move the ball from Tag Wilson.
Yes.
He's been really, really well moving the ball out of the back and connecting one side to the other. So big heads off to him.
Ball in here from Eli Homestead. Let's see what he's able to do. That has to be a penalty. And the referee adjudges a penalty.
And a red.
And a red card. I think that's a little bit harsh, getting a sending off there.
Last man back.
No, but the rule now is, I know at the FIFA and professional levels, as we see the goalkeeper clearly takes out Eli Homestead, is that there isn't, ideally should not be this double jeopardy where if you're denying a clear goal scoring opportunity and you concede a foul, that you don't be sent off. But the number 1 goalkeeper on Weber State, it has been sent off. Weber State is down to 10 men. First red card I've seen in a long time here at Southfield, as number 15, Dallas Guthrie, is going to be taking his place.
Yeah, Guthrie, we haven't heard that name in a long time. We were just talking pregame. We were missing our buddy Guth, as we
Christian Guth Guthrie.
Yeah, Christian Guth.
As Coach Gillum offers his condolences and best to that goalkeeper. Definitely an unfortunate play. Took him out, more like an outfielder than a goalkeeper, if we're going to be honest here. But again, I have to review it, but I'm almost 99% sure that the rules now stipulate giving the red card as well as a penalty is something that should be avoided. Mm-hmm. Again, it might be applied differently here at the college level. We've definitely seen different applications of that, including how kickoffs, for example, are initiated. But we see Homestead, the attacker who won the penalty, stepping over this particular penalty. Last game we saw Christian Bain slotted pack into the bottom left corner of the goal. And let's see what Homestead, as another left footer, is going to be able to do here. Has a long run up here.
I'm excited. Haven't seen him take a PK ever.
Now that I think about it, I haven't either. Wonder if he goes for power placement. Homestead steps up and slots it in, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, with his right foot into the right corner. And that is in the 35th minute. A goal for our Brigham Young University Cougars over Weber State. Eli Homestead with his third goal of the season in just 2 games, getting some love and appreciation from our shirtless factions in the crowd near midfield. Goalkeeper didn't stand a chance wrong-footed, didn't have much opportunity to warm up, and Eli makes it look easy peasy, lemon squeezy as he slots it in the back of the old onion bag.
Are you French?
No, but
Sound it.
thank you.
I like it.
Thank you very much. I have watched Ratatouille in my day, so
I like a good old ratatouille every once in a while.
yeah, I actually have close family friends of ours had me over for dinner, and a friend of mine, Emma, made really good ratatouille. I hadn't had it in years, and unfortunately, they did not box any to go for me.
Wow, that's great movement from the Cougs.
Definitely. As you see, opportunity come in here, and the ball is easily slotted in from Ty's Call for his first BYU goal. As we see here in the 36th minute, as he celebrates a walk-in goal, and this celebration to our right is absolutely outrageous. Oh my goodness gracious. I hope that we're able to see that on camera. That is something else. And he just walked that goal. He just walked the ball into the back of the net.
Yeah.
It looked like something straight out of FIFA as the student faction here wearing their royal blue, waving the flags, are definitely enjoying seeing 3 goals in 36 minutes. If my arithmetic is not incorrect, averaging a goal every 12 minutes. Nothing I would ever complain about myself.
Wow. Are you a math major?
I was not. I was a marketing major.
Wow.
But I had to take finance and econ. But you were the econ major, no?
I was, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all about all I got to say. Great time.
For those unfamiliar, there is an infamous course that the vast majority of the BYU undergrad student body has to take, Economics 110. And people who claim to enjoy it are just lying to themselves. That's what I really think at this point. Or they are a very choice part of the population. As Mumford saves the ball from going out, plays it into Anderson, back to Mumford, and then resets through Canfield. Again, to this point, something that we've seen a massive improvement game over game just from last week in this Cougar side, as my colleague Andrew has pointed out. We are playing very well side to side. We're recognizing when to reset the ball, when to attack. And that's something that we definitely are seeing as Mumford is wide open here. Something for those just joining and tuning in with us tonight, Weber State is down to 10 men, down 3-0 as a result of the goalkeeper being sent off for a brash challenge on Eli Homestead a few minutes ago. As Christian Bain has the ball relatively deep, plays it into Gonzalez seamlessly as he weighs his options down the left into Homestead, as he is adjudged for a handball here.
Yeah, Jackson Henley's got to call him off that, say, hey, I got that. I have more pace. I'm going into the ball.
Yeah.
But, hey.
And as you can see, it definitely strikes the hand. But you saw Henley, he definitely has a deceptive amount of pace. As Ty's Call, the most recent goal scorer, back on the ball into Homestead, hits it.
In the upper 90 of the bleachers.
And in the upper 90 of the bleachers. Total 90.
You're such a jokester.
Just hopefully what the people want. And what we do want today is lots of goals. And we've already been rewarded with 3 goals here at Southfield on this beautiful night of September 17th. In 4 days, it will be the 21st night of September. So something I'm definitely looking forward to is the obligatory Earth, Wind, and Fire song playing. As we have Canfield playing it into Gonzalez, finding Ty's Call. He has been looking, I have to say, very composed, very decisive, and very instrumental since he's come on in just, 4 minutes, if even. As we're going to see another triple substitution coming for the Cougars. We have number 21, Ryan Tetro. We're also going to have Eric Moore stepping on the pitch, as well as a dear relative And I guess you can say a friend of mine. Just kidding. Kyle Cuvelier stepping on for what will be his first appearance of the season. Kyle was ruled out with an injury, which he has recovered from. His ankle is feeling better, and it will be great seeing another family member of mine step onto the pitch. How's that for nepotism, BYU fans? Difference between our sides of the family is that I am a fan of Bayern Munich, and his team are devout Schalke 04 fans. Hopefully Kyle can do what Schalke has not been able to, and that's perform at a top level.
And Kyle, he has a family dynasty here.
Dynasty, going back to '94.
Yeah.
Yeah, starting with Corey, his older brother Cam, and now with him, and he also has Kyle and Braden, his two other brothers. So not sure if they're going to be coming into the pipeline, but
let's hope.
Yeah, it is a BYU men's soccer dynasty, that's for sure.
We got a couple families like that in the family here. We got the Finkhausers. That's definitely a big one.
Yes.
I think everybody in their family, their aunts, cousins, sisters, brothers, stepbrothers, they are all playing BYU soccer.
Oh my goodness, yes. You have the Finkhausers who have been so concentrated, I feel like, the last, let's say 10 years or so. With three brothers, Taylor. Let's see here. As the ball played by Weber State is unable to be salvaged, and also Seth and now Ben Finkhauser, of course. But the Cougs, it's crazy if you think about it, going almost 30 years from 94 to 2021. So 17 years, if my arithmetic is serving me well again. As Gonzalez attempts that split pass, cut out.
Tetro. Good hustle.
Yeah. And you see a lot of energy, and you see these players, they are in the second unit. They want to make a difference. They are the future of the program. Something that you definitely have to appreciate with Coach Brandon Gillum is that he isn't resting on his laurels. He's not just sitting and relying on his first established unit. He wants to provide the right face time and opportunities for the second unit to get exposure. As we see here, with an opportunity down the middle, played in. Ooh, that has to be a second penalty, and it's a second penalty, ladies and gentlemen. Foul committed on Ty's call. Weber State defenders are justifiably frustrated, but the truth will set you free, and that is at least called as a penalty. It was close. It looked very, very awkward from those angles on the pitch, especially coming when you see where the referee is from behind. I think it's very difficult not to judge that a penalty. As Ty's call steps up, trying to attempt a second goal, a fast brace here in the first half, and slots it down the middle. In what we see as another goal, you know what's coming next. What is this? The 9th time this season, and that's a goal in the 43rd minute for your Brigham Young University Cougars, which is now our largest first half lead of the season so far. We've already had 80% match of the goals that we scored in the first game against Utah. On the season, 9 goals scored, 4 in just less than just shy of a game and a half, 0 conceded.
Yeah, and this is something that we see very consistently throughout the BYU program. They're goal scorers, and they know it, and they're gonna do everything in their power to show not only their opponents but also the school that, hey, we're in this. We want competition.
Definitely, and we see the West Lafayette, Indiana native call able to, in his his second game for the program, already has 2 goals to his name, so that's definitely exciting. But he has opened up. He's made the opportunities himself, and he's been decisive. As the ball is very well cleaned up by Griff Garcia to tag Wilson, who is looking for Eric Olson here on the right side. Eric Morris, on this right side. As the ball goes out for a Cougar throw-in. Ryan Tetro filling in the right back position, throws it into Adam Canfield, receives the ball back and plays it into Christian Main, who's definitely dropping a lot deeper. As we see, Ty's call seems to be slotting in a much more advanced position. Ball is unfortunately cut out before it's won back
Is that a Couve?
Yeah, by Kyle Couvelier.
Wow.
First contribution. Good stuff, Couve.
They all have the same body type. It's so easy to pick them out.
Oh, my goodness, yeah. As the ball is played in here with the pace here from our number 8, Braden Bailey, before the ball is scrambled out for a corner. He really turned on the afterburners there. That was some Paul Walker action.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of CO2 right there.
As the Cougars are winding up for another corner. I think we've scored off of penalties. We've scored from open play. We have not scored from a corner, however. Ball swung in. Has to be a goal.
Oh,
what
wow.
a finish here at the near post. And you can see people are definitely amped. That is well worked. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you take a corner and a set piece and swing it in. The ball headed in from Adam Canfield in the 45th minute for our 5th goal of the night by BYU's number 6. And I have to tell you, this 5 goals, 5-star affair here in the first half.
That's a beauty. That's an Adam
That
Canfield
was
classic.
Such a well-timed run, I have to say. And that was just beautiful. We're watching it here. You could not ask for better seats from our perspective, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm glad that the great replay and camera work is able to show that as well.
Yeah, Adam Canfield, notoriously known for getting his head on the ball in the box. He's always been the corner kick guy, getting in there. He's the one who's getting nitty-gritty and scoring. So happy for him. Another one to tally into his book.
No, absolutely. And that 5th goal, getting some messages that I'm seeing on my phone. I definitely try not to text on the job, but viewers are definitely pleased with that 5th goal. That was, I have to say, that for me is my goal of the season so far.
Hands down.
Out of our 10 goals, that was just so well worked, and that's just the beautiful game at its finest. As we see options coming down the middle here, Bain opts to play it into Gonzalez, who weighs up his options. Excuse me. Griff Garcia tries that penetrating pass, unable to complete it. As the ball comes into Ty's call on a hat trick in the first half, stumbles over it. Number 20 with a quick little step over, plays it out on the left flank. And what's just so difficult for Weber State, being down to 10 men, is just trying to find a way out of it. As soon as they're out of their half, it's the Cougars right back down their throats. As Christian Bain wins a foul in his favor, Gonzalez plays it out to Kyle Couvelier. Not an easy last name to pronounce. Definitely took a few calls into Corey and Cam to say, remind me how to say it. No, we just resort to Couve.
It's the easy way.
But my last name's Drivas. It definitely looks like it can be pronounced Drivas, or in some less endearing terms that I cannot say on the air. As we see halftime is called here in the 45th minute of play. No stoppage time awarded. 5-0 drubbing happening live here at Southfield. BYU fans, it's been a pleasure being with you in this first half. Andrew, what are your thoughts on this first half from your perspective?
Yeah, I think it was an excellent half. Had 76% possession in the half. Really great opportunities. We're taking time on the ball. We're really being patient, and we're seeing our fruit come to labor. I don't know.
We see the fruits of our labor come to fruition.
There we go. Yeah, so definitely not an English major here. But anyway, yeah, I think Brandon Gilliam is going to be very, very happy with this first half put together by this group.
Well, great work by our wonderful starting 11 and the subs who have come on in this first half. BYU fans, we will see you in about 15 minutes for the second half, kicking off here at Southfield on this beautiful night in Provo. Enjoy these highlights from these first half goals, and we'll see you soon.
the ball through the gate. If it does not go through the gate, you gotta get it back and pass it through again. The ball will then be played to one of these two BYU alumni. You pass the ball to them, step on top of the ball, put one hand on the ball, spin around 7 times. 7. Then you dribble to the 18, score. Okay? I'll walk you through it as we go. Okay, ready? Set, go! Here we go. Oh no! He slipped! Can he recover? Oh no! Hurry, you're still in it. We'll give it to him. Yeah, you still got time. And go around, circle. To the 18 and shoot. There you go. Get out of the goal. Okay, we have a winner, yeah? If you lose, go out and back into your spot on in the stands. We have heat number 2 in a second. Hey guys, get out of the box. Kids, get out of the box, away from the goal. Okay. Okay, heat number 2 ready. Go. Wow. She's killing him. Wow. Here we go. You're still in it. It's close. She's got to go 7 times around. Oh no, she slipped. To the cone 7 times around. She's a little dizzy. Can she finish? And she does. There we go. All right. Number 3. What's your name? We got Ben. And MD. Who we got? Ben or MD? I got my money on Ben. Go. Prove me wrong, MD. Oh, you missed it. You gotta go back. Pass it through the gate. There you go. 7 times around. Get dizzy. Oh, wow, he proved me wrong, MD, the man. All right, we ready? What's your name? And Chandler. Let's give it up for Chandler. Let's hear it. Let's cheer it. Are we ready? We better be because we're going. Go. And we'll give it to her. It's in. Okay. Little guy in goal. There we go. Okay, now we have our semifinals, yeah? Okay, we got our semis, and then we have our finals. What's your name, man? John. We got Sean and Ruby looked pretty good on that first time. I think Sean's got, a little something up to see here. Let's see what we can do, okay? Are you ready, Sean? Okay, I'm gonna let you say go. You ready? Go! Yes. They're both looking at, oh, he steps on the ball. They're both pretty close. It's through the gate. Both through the gate. And they go around 7 times. Let's see who gets it in first. Davis, I might need you to help me out here. Oh no. Was that going in? It was going in. Oh, there we go. Okay, Eric, going on to the finals.
Manny, what's up, dude?
We have our last two. We have Manny and MD. Manny and MD, are you ready? Hey, our people who just lost, still stay up here. We have a prize for you. Ready? Go.
That toss on the field?
There we go. We're going around. Gonna get it through, not through. Oh, no, gotta go back. Gotta go back, Manny. All right, there we go. Second times. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't been counting. I'm just, hoping you guys are being honest. Oh, he goes over. He's gotta get it. Get Manny finish. He could walk it in. Was that in? Davis says yes. Davis says yes, it's in. Now we're in for our final round. Sorry, MD, still stick around. Manny, good stuff. You're in the finals, yeah? We'll give you a second. The winner is going to win
What's up, Dad?
this
What up? Jane Benson?
2019
Adam, dude, sick header.
BYU Championship worn
Oh, that's too
jersey
cute.
by none other MJ
Well, maybe you.
the championship jersey
Oh, really?
winner gets it. So you know what's on the line here.
Congratulations. Thanks. Awesome. Are you coaching right now? Yeah.
Who are you? Let me see this one.
B, what's up, man?
Dude.
Okay.
Okay, Charlie. Couple benches.
Wow.
Good job,
You did all the
dude.
work. He was always doing that first half.
Manny.
Danny,
If
what's
you
up,
want
dude?
Manny to win, let's hear it. That's good. That's good. And Sean.
It's nice seeing you. Hey,
Let's
good
hear
luck
it
in
for
China.
Sean.
When did you say you're going out there? February.
I think Manny
Sick.
might be the
Dude, I'm
slight
coming for you.
favorite
Thanks,
here.
man.
Manny says he's not ready. I'll give you about 5 seconds. Ready, set, go. This is for the jersey. Put all of your concentration into this. This is what you've been training for, Manny. Come on, you got this. Keep going, keep going. Come on, Manny, it's not over. Sean, let's hear it for Sean and Manny. Come on, let's hear it. Be loud. Sean, will he finish? He does! And there it is! The underdog wins it! Wow! Woo! Let's hear it for him! Congratulations, Sean! Our second and third place winners, we do have consolation prizes for you. We do have Waffle Love gift cards and 7-Eleven Slurpees. Thank you so much for participating. The Cougs take on UVU tomorrow at UVU. So if you are interested, game time's at 7. We won't be back here for a couple of weeks, so maybe this is your time. Cougar fans, are we ready for the second half? guys still in Orem? Oh, you are?
We live just like across the street. We've lived there for like 3 years.
Oh, really? Dude, there we go.
Wow, sounds like you guys connect regularly.
You guys are the commentators.
Yeah. What's wrong with that? The audacity from an arsenal.
Dude, what have we been talking about?
Dude, we've been talking mustard. We've been talking spicy mustard, brown mustard, grain mustard.
I'm gonna talk about.
Okay. Oh wait.
That header was so sick.
That was good.
Hey. He has to be intense and deliberate. I know you're like battling relegation, but
And we're back. BYU soccer for the second half as the referees walk out to midfield, do their check, and the second half will be on its way.
Welcome back, Cougars fans. We have been having a blast here at halftime. We had an awesome halftime show. Andrew was emceeing as we had random appointees from the crowd competing in a soccer skills challenge. We had a blast. Everyone out here was hooting and hollering and having a great time, and we hope that whatever you were doing this 15-minute interval, that you're locked and loaded, ready to see another 45-minute performance from BYU men's soccer Cougars. As Weber State kicks off with a man down and a 5-goal deficit as the ball is headed back. And we've seen a goalkeeper substitution, Ethan Cash coming in for Tag Wilson on at halftime. Great chance for him to get some field time with the boys, and we'll see what Weber State's able to do. We see some high pressure, as we did in the first half from Weber, as the ball is cut out.
Very well done, broken that pressure.
Yeah, definitely. As we see, Fankhauser plays it back here to Canfield. We also have a substitution, number 18. Cameron Penna came on for Griff Garcia at halftime as well as number 19, Evan Smith, came on in midfield as well. We see Kyle Couve still on the pitch, playing, it looks like, more advanced as one of the 3 players up top in this 4-3-3 formation of ours. Fankhauser's able to retain possession, plays it out here to Jackson Henley, plays it back in the middle as Smith runs on the ball. Plays it out here as Eric Morris lays it off to Tyskal, who has space and has already seen 2 goals today. Another shot, and he skies that. That almost struck the moon in our view, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully he'll be able to finish like he did in the first half and cap off a hat trick in his second BYU performance. As we see, great combination here in the box, and it just stinks when it's bobbling. You're looking up, thinking about already scoring, and it ends up hitting the latest SpaceX exhibition rocket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, obviously not the best outcome, but hey, we got to applaud the play right before. It was excellent. 1-2 touch going through, breaking down the D. Excellent work by the Cougars.
As you see, a foul is one here in the offensive third. Ball's played out here to Ryan Tetro. Plays it back to Canfield, who scored a brilliant diving header. Coach Gillum explained to us at halftime that's actually a play that they've drawn up and they intentionally used and perfectly executed in my mind and many others' minds. Goal of the season here. As a foul is called here, and Weber State is able to have a few moments reprieve. Ball played short into number 8 in midfield as Kyle Couve presses him and forces him back.
Yeah, that's really good work by Couve right there. He's really sprinting in, and then once he gets about 5 to 6 feet out, he's breaking down. He's taking short, choppy steps, and he's able to come in controlled and force that ball in one way. And here we go. We're working back at it again.
And I remember talking to him. He was so disappointed to miss the first game because of injury, not being able to get that clearance. And thankfully, he was able to get that clearance. As we see Morris blazing down this right side, the ball's cut out by our molded friend, number 23. On Weber State. Ball's played in the back. Weber State looking from their perspective, try to really stop the bleeding at this point. Slow down the game in their favor, help them retain their energy in their legs, and see what they can salvage as the game goes on. As we see a little bit higher pressure here from Caleb Meyer. The ball is played out to this left back. It looks like they're operating with 3 in the back in an otherwise unchanged formation. The ball's played back here to Ethan Cash, who for those just tuning in has come in at halftime for Tag Wilson. Ball is distributed into Eric Morris. Ball's laid off, and it looks like Evan Smith is going to be offside. The ball is run on, and it looks like here the pace is definitely going to be a little bit slower. What we see in the second half is Weber State's dictating more of the ball.
Yeah, so far they've definitely had their fair share of the ball. And I think part of that, BYU's just sitting back. They're letting them have the ball in their defensive third. But once they come into our half, we're starting to win the ball, just like that.
Exactly.
Good ball.
Outside of the foot pass played just a little bit again. Too much spicy brown mustard on that hot dog, on that brat.
Yeah, no whole grain on that.
Yeah, as 20 uses some quick feet, looks to switch possession onto the other side of the field before Jackson Henley is able to put part of his body on that. Fankhauser plays it again to Henley. Definitely has pace. Is he going to use it down this flank? Not this time. Plays it into Meyer, who's able to find Ty's call in that split pass with all that open space. Unable, unfortunately, to find Evan Smith down the middle.
Yeah,
Caleb Meyer.
Caleb Meyer, yeah. He's been playing well this second half. He's been very involved on the defensive end, really getting in, cutting out passes, influencing passes to a certain way. So I think he's been doing pretty well so far.
Definitely. Couve put some pressure on the defender before he has to operate back. You definitely see BYU is staying tight and compact, and it's almost as if when Weber State hits a certain point on the field as Couve takes the ball into space here.
Oh, he
goes for it.
Ooh,
oh, my goodness gracious.
Woo!
Great balls of fire. It almost sails into the far post inadvertently. Was it a cross? Was it a shot? The world may never know, but what I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, almost sailed in the far corner. I think that was an intended cross.
I think that was a shot.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
I think he was looking for Eric Morris out here. We'll have to ask him in the post-match press conference. As Jackson Henley cuts out the pass where the ball's advanced past him. Great work here by Cameron Pennock to win the ball. And Mr. Meyer finds a way to work it out, but the ball is taken here at 13. Tenaciously runs back and wins the ball back. Great work by Meyer here as Ty's call wins the ball, has options to his right.
Oh, he's on.
Plays in, and is he able to capitalize? No, the goalkeeper is able to cut out that attempt from Eric Morris.
That's excellent work from the goalkeeper, especially as a sub coming in halftime. Came in after that red card, unfortunately, in the first half.
Yeah.
But hey, that's a really good save on his part. Kudos to him.
Definitely, and I love that injection of pace in that counterattack. We saw Kyle Couve, we saw Eric Morris really turn on the afterburners, and as Ty's call was really slowing, in between defenders there. It's interesting, when he first came on in the first half, he seemed to be more in an advanced midfield position, but it looks like he's occupying that number 9 role now.
Yeah.
Ball's being methodically touched and played out of the back by Weber State. Looks like the long pass is going to be attempted towards 13 up top. As Canfield communicates with the goalkeeper, Ethan Cash, there is some miscommunication, something that we're going to want to see a little bit better so that these types of potentially edgy situations are avoided. Ball's played out to Canfield, who plays it into Fankhauser, who has acres of space in front of him. Surveys his options. Opts to played it into Call, who has space to the right and to the left, and unfortunately chooses neither. As Weber State regains possession, and the Cougars try to regain possession. Space is open here on the right for Weber State. As Jackson Henley steps to the ball, able to poke it away, as Cameron Pennock retains possession, gets out of potentially sticky situation, and plays it off to Evan Smith. Hits it off of the back of the defender before Fankhauser comes to clean things up, and the ball's back on Canfield. A couple of, in the last couple minutes, a little sketchy.
A little bit, yeah. Definitely taking some chances there, especially in our first third. That definitely should be, cleaned up a little bit.
Well, something that we saw, that difficult situation, Canfield and Cash were trying. You could see we're trying to communicate. What would you do? What do you do in that situation as a defender, Doss, when that ball is running in behind you? You're the last man. There's a guy on your tail. What have you done to be more just distinctive and decisive? Yeah,
for me, I'm a very vocal guy on the field, and the reason behind that, I don't like to run. Quite frankly.
Yep.
But I'm vocal. I'm communicating to Ethan, hey, come out. If he's not coming out, if I don't see him come out in the first second after I call him, I'm taking a wide touch out, and I'm looking to either clear it or connect with somebody. So that's my perspective, but to each their own.
Over communicating is definitely optimal. And to your point, I myself was a player who didn't care for running, and it might be oxymoronic, a soccer player, a footballer, being in a sport that has so much running, not liking to run. But it exists more often than maybe the typical viewer would suspect. As Pennock is able to regain possession, ball slipped through through these first two defensive blocks of ours.
Caleb Meyer with the miss.
And Pennock is putting pressure on number 8, who tries to go past him. That has to be a handball on that sliding challenge, yes. And the referee judges it correctly.
Well, that's excellent work on Caleb Meyer's part. He loses the ball at half, and then he makes that 50-yard run and goes back and he gathers the ball. So good on him. That's the best you can do in that situation. You lose it, you just go back and get it. Show everybody, hey, I may not be technical right now, but I'm going to show you I'm committed to this team and I'm going to be working.
Ball's played out of the back to Cameron Pennock, whose name we've been saying quite a bit lately. I think something that we see Jackson Henley, he's high and he's wide, and he's, I would love to see Cougars play him in more, as Morris is looking to force it through. As Ty's call plays it in,
there it is.
And the ball's easily slotted home. You know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen, for the 6th time tonight, Evan Smith in the 57th minute with a goal for BYU men's Cougars. And I have to be honest, this pass here, great job by Morris letting the ball run so that he could eventually receive that. He was in an offside position, recognized that, let it run, and then was able there to easily slot home for the sweaty goal.
Yeah, excellently done. Very smart soccer IQ there. You can tell he's been playing the game for a while now.
No, definitely, and that's going to be a 2-goal, 1-assist performance so far for the substitute Ty's call. So he's put in a really solid shift tonight. As Weber State's number 5 has possession in front of his back 3. Again, a reminder that Weber State is now down to 10 men as a result of the goalkeeper receiving a red card for a foul on Eli Homestead in the first half. The ball goes out. Caleb Meyer tries to take a throw in before the referee dictates that it is actually black Weber State ball. Weber State under pressure. Henley pokes in his foot. Kyle Kuv quickly gets away, plays it out to Call. Surveys his options, opts to go for Canfield. Something I would like to see a little bit more, Doss, that you were hitting on a lot is that moving east to west a lot. As that ball was adjudged to go outside by the linesman here on the north side of the pitch. But being able to find when to slow down possession, when to speed things up, you can definitely see that difference in the second unit now.
Yeah. That's definitely something that, they're going to be working on. I think that they're doing a lot better, like you're saying,
Yeah.
But, definitely is something that they can improve on.
As number 13 stumbles over himself, and Ethan Cash, the substitute goalkeeper, is able to play to Canfield out of the back.
Something that I really like coming from the bench over here earlier, Griff Garcia really just cheering on, encouraging his teammates to really work, get after the ball, and then, rewarding him with a nice little, yeah, after.
No, Griff Garcia, definitely an interesting figure in the team, an absolute leader who has influence, recognizes that, and it's very encouraging seeing that as the ball is played in here. Is Kyle Kuv able to get on the end of it, and the goalkeeper just cuts it out. Offside is called. It looked like Kuv was less offside than.
Yeah, I thought he was on.
Yeah, I thought he was onside, and
they called that pretty far down the field too.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
Ball's put back into play. As number 13. And Weber State's able to get possession momentarily before it is reset all the way back. That's something that BYU's been doing very effectively in the second half, is really stepping up pressure, as we see here right with Jackson Henley. Ties call on the ball. Jackson Henley in, potentially one-on-one, surveys his options in the box. He has Morris. He has Call running off of him, plays it into Call. The ball is deflected out off of the Weber State defender for a Cougar throw-in. But great stepping there and recognition from Henley, being able to cut out that pass and initiate a great attack.
Yeah, one thing I really like about Jackson Henley is he's always looking for his options, and I think sometimes that can be of a detriment to him. And just because he's always looking for other people, hey, be a little selfish, man.
Yeah,
Take it for yourself. Have a shot. Have a crack at it. Let's see what you can do. He's definitely capable of it. He shows it in practice, that's for sure.
And we see Fanghauser operating a much deeper lying role as an anchor in that midfield with Gonzalez stepping out. And it's great to see the versatility as the ball is challenged by number 6 on Weber State out for another corner. The last corner that we had was an absolute blitz and banger of a set piece that was well put in by Adam Canfield. And it looks like the ball is going to be swung in here by Evan Smith, as we see two substitutes lining up for the Cougars during this corner kick. And it looks like Velasco on Weber State is going to be entering the pitch, as well as for the Cougars, Spencer Fordham will be entering at one point after the next stoppage, as well as number 8, Braden Bailey. Interesting thing about families and dynasties, as this corner comes in low and to absolutely nobody. Fordham is the younger brother of Connor Fordham, a player we affectionately referred to as Butters, who played here up until, I believe, the 2019 season.
Yeah, that is correct.
Yeah, as the ball is well dealt with by Ryan Tetro, plays it back to Cash. That was a corner that could have resulted in a much worse outcome than it did.
Yeah,
as Kyle has space in front of him, has number 14 on his tail, uses his pace, gets past him. That has to be okay, that's a free kick. Okay, yeah. And that definitely has to be a booking here. He's in on goal. Not denied a clear goal scoring opportunity because of the other defenders who were around him.
See the spot on that. Yeah, just outside.
Just outside the box. And hopefully he's okay. It looks like getting up a little bit slowly, as we said earlier, was nursing an ankle injury. Hopefully everything is okay, but using his quickness and his acceleration to easily get past that defender. As we're also going to see number 22, Carter Olson, stepping onto the pitch for the first time. He had a debut goal towards the end of the last match against Utah for the 5th goal. Number 8, Brandon Bailey's entering for Ben Fankhauser, as Olsen steps on for number 11, Kyle Cuvelier, who put on a great shift in the first 17 or so minutes of the second half. So unlucky not to be able to get a shot and attempt on goal that time, but great work by him. As we see the moon that was almost hit by Ty's shot earlier. Is that crater from one of his shots? No, I'm just giving him a hard time. Great work, though, on the brace and the assist, Ty's.
Yeah, I do want to give him some credit there. Couve there after he cut in. One of the best things that you can do, once you're just a half step in front of that defender, you make sure that you cut right in front of him so he either has to foul you or you're in on goal.
Exactly.
And that's really well. Put the Cougs in a really good position.
Let's see what Smith is able to do here. Ball swung in off a BYU head before it is retrieved by Pennock.
Ooh.
Quick little turn. Sends the defender sliding the other way. Shot comes in, shot cross, and a save from point-blank range comes in from the goalkeeper as that shot is attempted by Eric Morris from the 6-yard spot.
Yeah, good development. Just saved by the keeper. I wonder if he knows he should hit it away from the goalie next time.
You never know. As the new entrant to the field, Spencer Fordham passes it into Olsen, surveys his options, opts to go back to Fordham before playing it back to Canfield, who we see has switched to the left center back position. Definitely a much changed side for the BYU Cougars in the second half, as we see Gonzalez and Garcia are going to be re-entering the pitch for the first time here in the second half in the 65th minute. Fordham plays in Olsen. Has an option or two coming into the box. Opts for that low cross between the defender's legs. No one in there. Ball cleared out before Cougars retain possession here. Fordham on the ball. Plays in the middle. Now we have Morris on with different options. Goes for the shot. Straight at the goalkeeper again. Might not have gotten the memo to try and direct at one of those corners, or could just be execution is wanting right now. Before Fordham's able to capitalize on this miscue from the goalkeeper, plays it in the midfield as we see this combination. One more is the command from Brandon Gillum as Olsen tries to get on the end of that through pass but isn't quite able to. Thrown coming in, we have Griff Garcia coming in for our number 6, Adam Canfield, and we also have Gonzalez coming in for Meyer to operate in the middle of the park.
Yeah, and speaking about Griff Garcia, from what the records record, he is, things are a little complicated between him and his girl. So if you are interested, go ahead and shoot him a DM on Instagram, and he should definitely reply to you.
And we're talking about Griff Garcia, correct?
That is correct, yes.
Ladies and others who are interested, that will be at Griff, GRIFF_Garcia, as the ball is thrown back into play. As Weber State's able to tidy things up before clearing out. As Griff Garcia surveys his options.
Ooh. He's got to get back now.
Giveaway here before that is
Tacho.
cleaned up on the far side very, very well. As Braden Bailey's on the ball. Plays it out here to Morris before Pennock and now Gonzalez are able to take control possession. Now we see number 19, Evan Smith, surveying his options, has Fordham out here, number 20 on the left.
Just out of the reach.
Yeah, Olsen unable to get onto the end of that pass again. But this goalkeeper, definitely not optimal distribution there, but he's had a few good saves here in this second half. Only conceded 1 goal so far. As Gonzalez plays it out to Griff Garcia, who sees Fordham with plenty of options and space from this left side. Swings it in before it's cleared out by a Weber State defender.
Do I sense a new nickname for Fordham?
Yeah, we had Butters. What should
Butter-
we have? Margarine?
I like that. I was thinking Butters Jr., but I think I like margarine better.
And this going in. Oh, and just sails wide this cross in from Morris. But yeah, we'd love to hear submissions for what his nickname would be. I think that's up to the boys ultimately and not us old guys. Ladies and gentlemen, for those at home who haven't been able to catch all of the action tonight, it's been plenty of packed with events. Give us a follow on Instagram at BYU Soccer, all one word in that username, to catch all the highlights and stats. Our media and social media team does an excellent job recapping that so it can be archived on those digital fronts. As we see Ty's call in the middle of the park, plays it out here to our number 21, Ryan Tetro. Surveying his options, plays in the middle before the ball is unfortunately lost by Braden Bailey. Pressure is put on the left back here by Ty's call. And the ball is attempted to be played forward before cut out by a BYU body. We see pressure in here. Very well won by Evan Smith. Attempts the shot, but unfortunately we cannot seem to hit the target since that 6th goal earlier on in this second half. As we see, he did a brilliant job there, Smith, winning the ball, but lifted his head, unfortunately got under it. And the BYU press is able to win the ball, however, not legally, as we see a substitution coming in. Number 19 is going to be entering the pitch for Weber State. We definitely see, Andrew, that, and I mean, what else would you do from the Weber State coach's position, making lots of substitutions. Mike Genta trying to reserve health and energy, being down a man.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's really tough. You got to keep your guys fresh. But, you know, at the same time, you got to make sure that you have the right players out there on the field who gel together, who can move the ball left, right, up, down. They can win the ball back. And that's a tough thing to accomplish whenever you're down 6-0 and down a man. So, I mean, obviously, I'm sure Coach Genta is doing his absolute best. But you know, hopefully that they can, you know, maybe turn things around a little bit. Hopefully not too much.
Biasless commentators, as we all know at this point. And you make a great point, being able to find people who know how to play with each other. We saw in the beginning of the second half that Weber State was trying to take it to BYU, was trying to step up the pressure, trying to get bodies behind the ball in an offensive mind and mode. And they definitely have the ability, but sloppy passes like that are what Gonzalez is going to love all day long, as a booking is coming out here for the Weber State defender.
Yeah, it looks like Weber State's getting a little frustrated here, just doing anything and everything that they can, even if it means, you know, hurting a BYU player. You know, they're getting nitty gritty.
Yeah, that's a bad challenge. He knows exactly what he's doing there, and it's late. Definitely chock full of malice and deserving of that initial booking. The biggest worry I'd see for us at this point is an injury scare. We want to be able to maintain our health. Almost the entire squad is healthy. And the last thing we'd want in a walk in the park type of performance like this is having people suffer casualties due to injury. As Gonzalez looks to be fit and fine as a fiddle, plays it into Olsen, looks for his options out wide, keeps the ball, wins a foul on a pretty soft call here from the referee.
Yeah, we noticed really early on that he was going to call a really tight game. Right now we're at 17 fouls for Weber State and 8 for BYU. So definitely has been whistle heavy so far this game. And, you know, maybe that's a good thing. He's keeping things under control, making sure that nobody's getting too hurt. You know, as we heard in the opening prayer by Ammon Teubner, that, you know, everyone will be relatively healthy by the end of the game. So looks like his prayer is, you know, coming to fruition here.
This cross in from Smith, no one's able to get on the end of it, and definitely I think that we want to, it's always ideal to finish healthy and without injury, coming from somebody who's had quite a few too many knee injuries in his playing days. You see the goal kick coming out. Weber State does, that's a candidly terrible goal kick coming from this defender. If you're going to not have your goalkeeper take it, at least have somebody who can, get it to at least midfield. I think you could. I would have you take their goal kicks.
Maybe. I got to stretch. Actually, I actually signed up for this this stretching.
The stretch
class. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. It was I get like an hour free of stretching. They just go out there and they stretch you. They're professionals. They know what they're doing. And I've been feeling really tight, and so I was like, you know what? Why not? Let's go for it. Let's give it a shot.
Are some of the instructors at the stretch lab are BYU players? Because I'm just wondering, they've been stretching this Weber State defense very, very well today.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
You know, anything you can say can testify of a BYU soccer truth. As I get my nods of approval from my colleagues to my left here in the booth.
Spicy brown mustard.
Spicy brown mustard, as we can see out of view of camera. Fans are definitely loving it. It's definitely toned down a bit. They have BYU home fans have been in person to witness 11 goals, 4-0 against. Interestingly enough, none of our goalkeepers have even had to make a save at this point. Neither Utah nor Weber State have been able to muster a single shot on target, as we see Christian Bain, Michael Anderson, and Nathan Mumford all preparing to enter the pitch in a triple substitution here in the 74th minute. Just over a quarter of an hour to go.
Yeah, it's an interesting substitution that Coach Gillum's making here, putting in 3 of your really good starting players. You gotta wonder, is he telling them coming into this, hey, we're up 8-0, or let's even say 3-0, 2-1 this scenario, and then he says, hey, we got to keep the ball. We have to pass the ball 12 times before we can, cross midfield, and then after that we gotta touch it 25 times before we can get a shot or a cross in. These are the kind of things that goes through a coach's mind. How can we develop our players? We're already winning. Let's go ahead and let's see what we can do and get out of this.
Ty's call on a hat trick, has an open net, and it's saved off the line in a great sliding attempt by the Weber State captain. And to your point, Andrew, we have to utilize everything from our perspective. And we can see this replay here. Very well saved off the line by number 18 on Weber State. Have to definitely put some respect on Cole Jones' name for that sliding challenge. Did a great job there. And what we've seen is that's going to be, the 28th, 29th shot attempt from BYU as we see these substitutions take place, as Eric Morris, Ty's call, who was denied that hat trick opportunity, and also Ryan Tetro leading the pitch for Bain, Anderson, as his corner's coming in off the back of a BYU player. A whiff and a miss.
Braden Bailey going for it. I like it.
Exactly. You don't win the lottery if you don't buy a ticket. Olsen out here on the left has options. Crosses mishit, touches off of Anderson. Goalkeeper makes the clearance as Pennock is able to regain possession, settle the ball, play it out here to Mumford, who plays it to Bain. The attempted pass is cut out, but for a throw-in. BYU ball, Bain throws it in to Anderson. Attempted sliding challenge comes in here from Evan Smith, unable to cut it out. But I love the tenacity we keep seeing. Excellent, excellent work winning the ball back after having an unsuccessful attempt on that first sliding challenge. Let's see what he's able to do here. And the ball's just cut out by the Weber State defender. Something that we love, both Andrew and myself, ladies and gentlemen, seeing is that type of defensive tenacity there from Smith, not letting them get out of their own half. That was excellent to see.
And that gets you fired up, doesn't it? As a defender,
definitely.
You see your midfielder running back, and he's sliding like that, getting the ball very cleanly, not doing anything dumb. That gets me fired up. I get excited.
No, seriously, there are many players who would rather make a goal-saving sliding challenge than a goal, and even situations like that, it gets the adrenaline pumping. It definitely is a great way to keep the team motivated. To your earlier point before you're interrupted by that potential hat trick sequence from Ty's call, we want to make the most of our time here as Anderson's in, plays it in for Olsen. Might have been drifting on offside, maybe between onside and offside, as the ball's out here on the left. Swung in, header comes in.
Ooh,
the
Carter
side
Olsen.
netting, Carter Olsen looking for his second goal in as many games in his debut season.
It's a good look. I like it.
As the goal kick is distributed out here to number 8, who touches it, unfortunately for them, into Gonzalez's path before Anderson surveys his options, goes for the shot, sails wide.
You know what I love about Big Mike?
He's not little. He's not little Mike, he's Big Mike.
He's Big Mike. He's big time. I remember in 2019, whenever we won that national championship, we're up 2-1, and Mike has the ball. He's versatile. He's left-footed, right-footed. He goes left and cuts it back to his right towards the top of the 18. Everyone's yelling, "Take it to the corner, take it to the corner." And Mike says nope, and he buries it in the back of the net, solidifying the championship for the Cougars.
Why not?
He's a man.
And he's done an excellent job so far this season serving as a provider and as a facilitator. Multiple assists already on his name. Pennock is challenged. Definitely a foul advantage initially played by the referee. And well judged to still be a foul after advantage was not possible to be taken advantage of. As we see, Evan Smith on the ball. Plays it out to Pennock. Now operating in a left, it looks like a left wing position? Or is he just a very high advanced left back?
I think he's playing left back.
Oh, he's just high up the pitch, but then again, they have 10 men. Why not? Pressure coming in on his left shoulder, but Smith is able to glide past the defender, who again goes in the book for another yellow card offense, shown here as he glides past. The sliding challenge comes in. It says something from our perspective. Yes, we are, of course, rooting for BYU, but it is frustrating to see those types of challenges being made when I feel that in the defender's mind they don't have a chance at getting it.
Yeah, and you got to wonder, at what point is it too much,
18 fouls, 4 yellow cards for Weber State.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
Gonzalez plays in a split pass to Pennock. Lays it off to Gonzalez. Attempts that pass into Olsen. We've seen a few of these attempted passes into Olsen, not able to get on the end of them.
Yeah, just a little bit too much spicy brown mustard on that one.
And listen here, maybe we just need to even things out with a little bit of sauerkraut.
I'm so glad you didn't say ketchup.
Ketchup? Why would you do spicy brown mustard and ketchup?
Hey, there's some weird
That's
people.
blasphemous, my friend.
There are weird people in this world. We go to BYU. You never know.
We are a peculiar people, as we have oft embraced in many a talk and many a sentiment. As you see options out on the right flank available, but let's see what BYU is able to do here. Mumford using his pace. Anderson trying to go straight down the throat of Weber State. Tripped up, and let me tell you, when Big Mike goes down, you know he goes down. Interestingly, that wasn't called a penalty, and he's not happy about that.
I think he dove for that, tried to get a header on it. Look at that last little dive.
And it looks like the goalkeeper was a little frustrated with his attempt there. Fair play.
Yeah, kind of threw a stiff arm at him. I'd be a little upset too.
Yeah, it is what it is. As the goalkeeper surveys his options, trying to find a way out, and it looks like Weber State has done a great job at being able to mitigate the conceded goals in that particular category while racking up many fouls and yellow cards. Maybe that's how they've been able to do it. As BYU wins possession back, here's Christian Bain on the ball. Plenty of space. Blazing into Anderson. Too big of a first touch, unfortunately. As the goalkeeper and Bain, it looks like maybe even Anderson exchange words. Big talk from a guy down 6-0.
He's not too happy there.
He's going for the ball. I really have to say objectively, you can't see any malice there. And was that Grant talking a little bit of smack on Weber State? You betcha. As number 8 cuts back in towards the middle. Another behind the leg cut. Another behind the leg cut. You get a Cruyff turn. You get a Cruyff turn. Everybody gets a Cruyff turn in this half with number 8 on Weber State as Gonzalez is back on the ball.
He's got to step on it, pull back. That's fine. Other way. See, you see that. That's beautiful. You love to see it.
And this is Andrew Dossett's love language. Being able to cut the ball back, reset, play side to side. Got them moving side to side, and like that Ariana Grande song.
That's how we were raised and trained in St. Louis to play. You go side to side, and it opens things up. It works.
Yeah, I remember the other day you were ball played in here for Anderson.
Oh,
My goodness gracious. Just unfortunate not to be onside. The goalkeeper was in no man's land in between the different respective trenches of these battling parties. But I remember I was thinking about this the other day, you being a St. Louis native. You know what my favorite part of St. Louis was when I last drove through it? Like my most beautiful thing I saw.
East St. Louis.
Close. There was a sign that said, "You are now leaving East St. Louis."
Yeah, definitely not the nicest part of the city.
Christian Bain fainting in front of the defender. Here's Anderson. What was he able to do? You can just tell he's really trying to get on the score sheet and trying to get his first goal of this 2021 fall season. The Cougars are due, unless something absolutely catastrophic happens, like Bain, not Christian Bain, but the mass Bain, does something with the field. The game has to be abandoned at this point. We are going to finish with a 100% 2 out of 2 record at this point. As we're going to see a triple substitution now coming in for Weber State. But only 2 left the pitch.
That is true.
Unless my eyes deceive me, 2 left the pitch and 3 entered.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, they got 10.
Interesting. Maybe somebody went off on at a different. Oh, we can see that player on the far side. He took he's taking the scenic route home.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
After a game like this, you
That's
need
a beautiful pitch.
Yeah.
Best pitch in Utah. Olsen trying to turn on the afterburners. Fort Pennock plays it back intelligently to Fordham.
Yeah, excellent work by Pennock there.
And it looks like Pennock and Fordham actually switched roles here.
Yeah, I think they did. Kind of making a Butters out of him.
Able to slip through there. Olsen putting pressure on here, as well as and just as number 8 Braden Bailey's attempted attack is foiled by Weber State. Gonzalez comes in. One thing I love about watching Gonzalez is Ben does an excellent job cleaning things up, slowing the game down when needed, bringing back that sense of composure to the boys.
Yeah, and that's absolutely vital, especially in the center of the park. You got to have somebody like that, and luckily for BYU, they have a lot of players like that.
Absolutely, and especially you see this unit and Baines, especially in the first half when he was dropping down a lot deeper, doing a great job. Let's see what Mumford's able to do here. Free in the box, and a goal from our very own Ben Gonzalez, who we've been talking about the last 35 seconds or so, ladies and gentlemen, for our 7th goal in the 86th minute of play over Weber State. Excellent work from Nathan Mumford, and then he leaves the rest for a sweaty goal in the back of the old onion bag by Ben Gonzalez. Excellent work, lads.
I don't think you could play FIFA better than that.
No, that's a sweaty goal. You know how hard it is to execute a sweaty goal in FIFA 21 these days? I don't even know what they're going to do in the next update. FIFA 22 coming out in a few weeks. Unofficial advertisement brought to you by EA Sports.
Wow, he's tired after that.
Yeah, but he's looking good. He's put in a great shift today. He knows he's smiling. He's looking good, maxing out, relaxing, all cool, playing some football out by the school.
Yeah, I wonder what his relationship status at. We'll have to talk to him after the game.
You know, definitely. If he is not taken, that is a crime against humanity, ladies and gentlemen. Ball's played out to Griff Garcia in from Pennock. He's definitely demonstrating his deployability between and his versatility between different positions, and that's something that's very valuable to have. If you can't necessarily lock down one position, being able to demonstrate, hey, I can also slot in at the left spot. And you can see Ben is just fired up. He's steaming. He's feeling good. And he's putting on that additional pressure now of Weber State. As we now enter the 87th minute, ladies and gentlemen, would like to give you a reminder of our upcoming schedule for the games after tonight. We're going to see a game tomorrow against Utah Valley University. It's going to be at UVU. We're going to have a 12-day break before we play 2 road games on September 30th at Boise State, at Utah State. So it's going to be until October 8th that we will be back here at Southfield. So make sure that we're able to welcome our boys back in strong force against UVU, our Utah Valley rivals, here on October 8th at Southfield. I will definitely be there. Doss, I hope you'll be there.
Yeah, I think I can pencil it in.
Yeah, I think so too. What kind of pencil are you using? You know, the mechanical, old school Ticonderoga?
No, I'm a Zebra guy.
Zebra?
Yeah, Zebra pencil, pen. They're the best.
Okay.
You know what a Zebra
I'm not really sure what that means. As the ball's attempted through to Olsen. What's a Zebra pencil?
You've never heard of Zebra? Oh, your life will be changed. Look it up.
Is it a black pencil with white stripes or a white pencil with black stripes?
It's just a black pencil. It's like a silver stainless steel.
But it's called Zebra.
Zebra.
But it doesn't sound like there's any real resemblance to a zebra.
I don't know why it's called a Zebra. I just know it's a Zebra.
That's like calling this pitch like, I don't know, like a tangerine, pitch here at Southfield. I don't know. I'm not the marketing guy there, that's for sure. Anderson putting pressure on the goalkeeper, who's able to play out through number 18, who made, we have to put some more respect on his name, ladies and gentlemen, an excellent sliding challenge to deny Ty's call of his first hat trick of his BYU career and the first hat trick of this BYU season. As the ball's handled by Griff Garcia. Plenty of space here. Ball mishandled by Gonzalez in a very rare instance. The ball's attempted out to Mumford. Ball's cut out by 23. Mumford reattempts as Bain is able to clean things up. And BYU is able to reset back with Griff Garcia. Looking for Fordham out here. And, I have to say earlier to my point about zebra pencils, I have to, it's like apple pie. I guess I just have to try it. I really hope that it lives up to these expectations, and I do trust your taste, Andrew. I think that you do not have COVID when it comes to your taste in pencils.
Yeah.
As this, let's see the shot here. Deflection comes in. Olsen for his second goal, not ready for it. Let's see what Anderson's able to do. Brought down for the third penalty. You heard me right. 3 penalties tonight for Brigham Young University men's soccer. Anderson brought down in a rash challenge. Let's see it here on the replay. Olsen tries to make an attempt in. Anderson goes in and is just tripped up by number 19.
Got him twice. Who's going to take this?
Surely Big Mike, and he's definitely.
Oh, there he is. Yeah.
So which way? We've seen it to the left, or to the right. We've seen it down the middle. Which way is this going?
I think he's going to his right.
Do you think he's blasting or with using more placement?
He's placing.
Okay. Great view perspective provided us by our world-class camera crew. Initially, let's see what he does.
He goes left.
And slots it into the left. So we've had a penalty down the right, down roughly towards the middle, and down the left.
Yeah,
And that in the 90th minute, ladies and gentlemen, is what we presume to be the final goal of the night in this game. BYU against Weber State. We are, looks like, headed to finish the season so far up to this point. First 2 games, 13 goals, 0 conceded, and plenty of goals to go around as Anderson registers his first goal of the season on top of the few assists he already has. As Weber State looking to run down this game as we have passed the 90th minute mark. The referee checks his watch. Potentially time for one last play. Looks like not. Signals a throw-in for Brigham Young University. So, Andrew, as this game is wrapping up, as fans begin to make their way out of the stadium, what are some of your takeaways?
I think my takeaway is that improvement has been reached. BYU, they have done an excellent job, not only from last week's game, but to here, just being able to step on the ball, taking possession, and winning those balls back once they lose them. They're taking 3-4 seconds to get the ball back, and whenever they can't get it back, they're connected, they're communicating, and they're doing an amazing job on that end.
I really have to just echo your sentiments here. We saw Coach Gillum demand an improvement. Yes, we won the last game 5-0, but we were not as convincing as we could have. Tonight we were definitely a lot more convincing. And we continue to send a signal to those at large, local and in the region and wherever else anybody listening and watching may be, that we are at a different level in this league, and hopefully we can find the ways to burst into those upper echelons of college soccer or football, whatever you like. But anyways, BYU fans, pleasure to be with you tonight. Grant Drivas, Andrew Dossett, checking out. Enjoy the rest of your Friday evening and have a phenomenal weekend. We will see you here live against UVU on October 8th. In the meantime, follow at BYU Soccer on Instagram, BYU Soccer on Facebook and Twitter to get the latest and the greatest in the day-to-day and during our away trip over these next 3 matches. Thank you and have a great night.